So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to find the surface area of a cube or a cuboid, and we're going to use the idea of a net to help us to do that. So a net is the shape of a 3D shape, but if it was unraveled, okay, it's what it would be if it was actually two-dimensional and we think about constructing it. So a cardboard box is made from a net. Now, the example here gives us the net of a cube, and you can see that it is made up of these squares. Okay, now, so if we can think about and work out a net, then we can use it to find the total surface area, because of course the total surface area of that cuboid will be the addition of all of these areas of all of these squares in the diagram in front of us. Okay, so if we have a length, well, let's call it x, then each one of those areas is going to be x times x. It's a cube, so that means all the sides are the same. And so if I add up all of these 6x squareds, I'm going to have 6x squared if we know our algebra, and that's going to be our formula for the total surface area of a cube. Now, let's see if we can draw our own net now and think about this. So let's say that a centimeter is 2 of my squares here. 1 centimeter looks like that. So if I was going to draw the net, there's lots of different ways of drawing it. Now, I tend to think by starting at the base. So let's draw our base. Now, obviously you will need to use a ruler when you draw your shapes, but I've got my base square. So that red is kind of representing that one there. Now I'm going to do the two sides, right? Okay, so those two sort of opposite sides. So again, it's got to be 2 by 2, so be very careful. You don't need to draw in colors, of course, but just so I can help you to understand which parts are which. Okay, that's going to be there. Now, then I've got the front and the back. Okay, great. Well, that means they can come like this, that they've got to all be attached. There we go. Okay, and then finally, of course, we've missed one thing, and that is the lid. So the lid could be put anywhere, really, or it could be touching one of those blue sides or one of those green sides. I think I'll put my lid here, but there are multiple different ways to do it. So we should check we've got 6 sides, and we do. We can work out the surface area because, of course, 2 times 2 is 4. So each one of these is 4 centimeters squared. So if I add these up or multiply 6 times 4, I'm going to have 24 centimeters squared as the total surface area. Now, when we have a cuboid, it is very, very similar, but we just have to be a bit careful about calculating these sides. They're not all going to be the same, so we're going to have to use a different formula, but just use our formulas for rectangles to help us to do it. Okay, so we're going to draw another net again. Let's start off with that base, and the base is 2 by 3. So if I use my same amount of squares, let's say that the 3 can be coming down. So 2 by 3 is going to look something like this. Okay, so that is my base. Next thing, let's do the sides. So the sides come off the 3 centimeters and are 1 up. So if I was going to draw that, they've got to come off the side that is 3 centimeters and go up 1. And let's do the same the other side as well. So that is going to take care of those sides. Then we've got the front and the back, right? Okay, and again, they attach on to the 2 centimeter side. So I am going to have to just go 1 up again. There we go. And we've got those sides as well. Finally, let's just make sure we haven't forgotten about the top, the lid. I could put that in lots of positions. I think with the space I've got available to me, I will put it here. And of course, it's 2 by 3 again, the same as that black piece, the base. So it's going to look something like that. Now you, again, please use a ruler when you do these. It's important to make sure we check that things sort of come together. This length and this length will fit together. So we must make sure they're the same length. Okay, we're also asked to find the surface area, so we can do those calculations. We're going to have 1 times 3, which is 3 for the 2 green sections. We're going to have 2 times 1 for each of those red sections, which is 2. And then the black and the blue are going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. So now we're in a position to add those up. We can do them in little stages, perhaps. So we've got 2 times 6, we've got 2 times 3, and we've got 2 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, and if we add these up together, we're going to have 22, and we are in area, so we're in centimeters squared. Now this time, let's see if we can do this, but we won't be drawing the net. We'll just think logically about the best way to carry out our plans. So just like last time, let's start off by working out the area of that base. Now that's a rectangle. We've got the length and the width. It's 8 times 1. So let's write that down. 8 times 1, and that is going to be that length there. But we could save some time here because, of course, if that's 8 times 1, then this top as well is also going to be 8 times 1 as well. That's 2 8s. So what we could do is just double that, times it by 2, and we've calculated both of them at once. So their combined area is going to be 16 centimeters squared. Now let's think about this front. Well, again, we've got a rectangle and it's going to be 5 by 1. So what we've got to do here is we've got to do 5 times 1. But just like the top and the bottom, we've got 2 of them. They're going to be the same. They're both 5 times 1. So if I double that, I'll have the combined area of both of those 2 red sides. Well, 2 times 5 times 1 will make 10 centimeters squared. Now, finally, we've got these larger sections here. The section here is also going to be a rectangle, and it's 5 by 8. So what we're going to have to do here is 8 multiplied by 5 to work out that particular area. But just like last time, you know where this is going, guys. We've got 2 of them. We've got the one we can't see behind there as well. So if I was to double that calculation, it's going to work out both of them. So 8 times 5 is 40, and times 2 is going to be 80. Now, final thing we have to do is just make sure we can add them all up, and then we're going to have the total. So the total here is going to be 106 centimeters squared. Okay, I hope that helps you to work out the surface area of a cube or a cuboid and help you to understand what a net is and how to draw them.